Right, well, welcome back to another unboxing video, and today we are having a look at another DMU. As you can see, made by Bachmann, but this time it's a modern unit, and it is the Class 166 Turbo 3-car DMU in Thames Trains livery. Now, originally I was going to buy a Bachmann standard class in DR green to replace the one I had that broke last year. However, I stumbled upon Trains and Track and saw this. Brand new, as you can see, because it has this plastic wrapping all around it, for £61. And I'm not joking, that's how much this cost. And I thought, right, gotta do it. Perfect opportunity, because the next time I'd gone there, it may not have been there, somebody may have already bought it. So that's when I made my move and bought it, and it's just arrived in the post. Wow. Now, they did 4 166s. They did this one, which is Thames Trains, and they also did First Great Western Link. But I should point out, they are exactly the same livery. The only difference is the logos. So it's a bit odd. Also, they did one in Network South East livery and First Great Western as well. However, these liveries seem to be more easier to get hold of, and I don't know why, but that's just one of them things. But these aren't actually commercially available anymore. Yet these are still easier to get hold of than the others, which is quite strange, because Bachmann discontinued these long ago. So your only hopes really is eBay or other second-hand websites, or some places online, or even some model shops might be lucky enough to sell some of these. And as you can see, this is a 3-car DMU by the 3 boxes. And the Class 166 is a favourite modern DMU of mine, others being the 150, the 158, the 153, and the 166 here. But I do seem to like the 179s and the 172s as well. And the 150s, they're alright in regional railways livery. But anyway, let's get this open, shall we? So what we need to do is get a knife and open it up. So what we're going to do is just make a small tear in the box. Yeah, there we go, that should do it. Yeah, that's done it. This is the second video where I've unwrapped a train in this plastic packaging, or plastic wrapping packaging, should I say. So there we go. Scrunch all that up and put it to one side. Even though it's, as soon as you scrunch it up, it unscrunches itself basically. We'll move the knife over as well. Right, so here's the 166 itself. Right, so we'll start with the top box first. Oh wow, there it is. Now this is obviously the dummy unit because of how light it is. So we'll move the box out of shot. Right, so here's the card insert for the Class 166. Well done, Bachmann, for using the right photo. There's nothing in there. Then there's some brief history on the back. There were 21 of these 3-car multiple units made. They were also made in the 90s, and they actually have a top speed of 90 miles per hour. which is actually very quick, and they actually were built with air conditioning, so that is really good. It wasn't the first DMU to have air conditioning. That was the 158, and they are still in service today actually, particularly with, well, mostly First Great Western, but they're still around. And I do believe that Chiltern own some similar units which are 165s. And that's basically about it, to be honest. It's enough brief history. We don't want to go into too much, because I'm sure people are mainly interested in opening this up. So it's the old Bachmann packaging. Squeaky. Okay, and there she is. So this is the 2 finger job from Bachmann's old packaging. Get rid of the foam wrapping, and there she is. Wow. What can we say about it? Well, for a start, despite the fact that it's only a dummy unit, there is a fair bit of weight in it. Not too much, obviously. The bogey wheels, they turn very nicely, of course, so it can get around the bends. And the underframe detailing, well, it might seem basic to some, but there is what looks very similar to an exhaust there, but it's not the exhaust, however. It must be some pipe of some sort, but it's painted, so that's very nice. And there is a few bits and bobs that are painted on the underframe as well, so it's not really entirely basic. It is painted, however, in what I will describe as a metallic green-grey sort of colour, but still very nice. Now, the roof isn't the most interesting thing to look at on this particular unit, as you can see. But, you know, we're not going to really be looking at the roof. We're going to be looking at the livery on the side. Also, at the back, you have the European proprietary coupling. That's not the actual name of it, but that's what I'm going to call it, because I have tried to research the name of this, and I actually can't find anything about it anywhere. So I'm going to go and call it the European proprietary coupling. You know, some people might start adopting that. There's a few warning signs on the back there, as you can see, and the corridor gangway connection is nicely detailed. And then you have the TOPS dialogue printed there, as you can see, and we have an exhaust at the back there, which I suppose you could weather, but I'm not going to. And what I love about this is it's actually made out of a shiny sort of plastic, so it's not all dull, and that is a really nice touch. Also at the front we have a warning sign and 2 wipers. Oh, sorry about that then, not the camera. We have the running number as well at the front, 166209. We do have working lights on this model. If I'm correct, it's those 2 that light up when it's coming towards you, and those 2 that's going away from you. I don't 100% know, so we'll find out when we come to putting on the track. Then we have the coupling at the front there. I do believe it's a Buckeye coupling of some sort. One of the things that I love about this design of DMU is the front. It looks like it's got a shocked expression on it. As soon as it pulls into, I don't know, let's say for an example, Snow Hill, as it comes in, it's shocked at the amount of passengers it has to pull. It's thinking, do I really have to carry all these people? So that is a really interesting design there. And that's what I love about it the most. Now the livery, it's spot on, considering it's mostly white, but around the windows it's blue, and the side doors here, it's painted green, and that is a really nice touch, and it's accurate, like it should be. Then we have the unit number, 58109. We have a few buttons on the doors there, and a few warning signs, of course. And then we have the light at the top for when the door opens. And then we have the logo, TT Express, and that is really nicely printed. And it has flushed glazing, well obviously, because that's how it should be in real life. Dodgy focus there. And it is tinted, because it's black, but you know, in reality they do have tinted flush glazing in real life, as you can see. So it is accurate, but despite that, there is seats going down the unit there, as you can see inside. So that is a really nice touch. Then of course you have another warning sign at the top there, and the door for the driver to get into. And there is some seating at the front there. There's 2 seats. It's not very easy to pick up, and of course there's controls in there as well. And then we have the destination board at the top there. There's no destination printed on it, but it's still there detailed, which is really nice. So that's it for the first unit. So I'll put that down to one side. Now we will come on to the next one. Now this is also another dummy, because of how light it is. Although having said that, it is slightly heavier. So let's get this unit open. I'm assuming it's going to be the centre coach that's got the motor in. So there's another old Bachmann box put to one side. If we get the unit entirely out of shot, we can have a look at this one properly. Get rid of this foam wrapping. And so here's the other dummy unit. And exactly the same detail. You have the running number printed at the front there. Again, working lights. Wipers on the front. Warning signs. Accurate livery applied. All the details such as the buttons and the lights at the top there. Flush tinted glazing like it should be in real life, and seats going all the way down the unit. Inside the unit, should I say. There's the logo again. TT Express. Or is it just one T that's supposed to be? I don't know. I'm assuming it's TT. Again. Dodgy focus there again. Nice freewheel turning bogies. And the underframe is very nicely detailed. There isn't much painted on it. Mainly this pipe here, which looks like an exhaust, and a few other little bits and pieces painted on the bottom too. But still there, and it's nice to have. And again, we have the, what I'm now calling the European proprietary coupling. Corridor gangway connection at the back. There is some small rivets around it as well. warning signs at the back, and a nice exhaust, which is always welcome. And of course you can't forget the roof. It's still not that interesting to look at. Oh. There's a grubby mark on the roof then. And of course you can't forget the green stripe that goes along the top there, which is very nice. And it's in a unique livery, because I've got no other DMU that's in a livery like this. So that is quite special. I never saw it in real life, but it's quite smart. And it reminds me, sort of the Network South East livery, because you've got the white, the blue and the green. And of course you can't forget the unit number. This one is 58130. So that's nicely printed on the bottom there. So that's that unit done. Oh, we can't forget as well the coupling at the front there, which is nicely detailed. And I do like the green paint that goes around the bottom there. It's very nice. So that's that unit done. We'll put that to one side. Now we'll look at the final box, which is the centre carriage. And this one is quite heavy. So this is obviously the one that has the motor. So let's get it open. Very squeaky. So there's the box. Put it to one side. I'm going to get all this paperwork, such as the consumer guarantee, the collector's club flyer, and the spares list for the 166, as you can see. So put that to one side. Wow, and look at it. So we'll get this open. This packaging, it's definitely much better than Hornby's polystyrene rubbish, by a mile, because it's so much softer. And there's the centre coach. Now I am pleased to report and announce that they've not filled the entire coach with the massive motor and its mechanism, because there is, well, there's the motor there. Oh, actually, yeah, I was right. There is some seats, as you can see there, and also there, as you can make out. So it's not entirely filled with the giant motor that they have done with the 150 and the 170s and the 168s. But they've also done this kind of thing with the 158 as well. So this actually does raise some questions. If they can do this with a 158 and a 168, sorry, 166, why can't they do it with the 150, the 170 and the 168? It's a little bit ridiculous that they can do it with a few of their modern units, but not with the rest. With their older units, such as the 108, they actually put the motors up here, on one bogie, like Hornby do. Why Bachmann can't do it with their other modern DMUs, it's beyond me. But anyway. So, that has made me really happy. We still have seats in this unit, along with the motor, and its mechanism and weights on the bogies here, because that is what's making it very heavy. We have an exhaust here again, which is very nice. The corridor gangway connection, which is riveted, and we have these two little windows at the front there. We also get the European proprietary coupling, on both ends, and also there is actually a dovetail NEM socket there, so you could replace it and place it with one of your own if you wanted to. There's another corridor gangway at the back there. We have the roof, of course, at the top. It's still probably not the most interesting bit to look at, but as I've said, you're not going to really be looking at the roof. Now the chassis, just like with the 158, the bottom, it is metal. You have, again, nice free-wheel turning bogies to get round the bends. More nice underframe detailing, as you can see. Then we have the unit number 58609. Once again, accurate livery application. With the buttons to open the doors, there's a few warning signs printed on the doors there actually, as you can see. Then there's a small vent at the top there, and a few of the lights that come on when the doors open, as you can see. We also get flushed tinted glazing as well, like it should have in real life. And of course on this unit you actually get not only the logo, as you can see with this unit, it just says TT Express. But with this one, it says TT Thames Trains Express. So that is saved for the centre coach. Or unit, should I say. And that is such a nice touch. And there's the other one on the other side as well. So there's still the chance to fit some passengers in here. And I might do that in the future. It isn't DCC ready though, so that might be a problem. Well, I'm sure there's still a way around it, because the 158 from Bachmann, that's possible to DCC, as I've seen on the internet. So this one should be possible to do so as well. But anyway, wow. Originally, when I was going to go for a 166, I wasn't originally planning to get it in this livery. But I don't really care, to be honest, what livery it's in. I couldn't even care it was pink with yellow spots. As long as I have a 166 turbo, not turbo star, turbo, then I am happy. And I'm more than happy with this one. Okay, it's not going to get a 10 out of 10, but it'll get something like a 9 or 8 out of 10. But anyway, let's put it on the tracks and see how it runs. Right, well in this video I'm going to run the unit on that line. Simply because for the past several videos I have not ran a locomotive on this track. But I'm going to now. And also it's partly because I still have the 108, if we just move the windmill, still on this line, which is just over there, parked in the station. Of course, when the layout was all detailed, when it comes to proper model railway videos, the Class 108 will be parking up into that station there. But it's just parked there for temporary reasons. Anyway. Right, so we'll put the centre coach on first. I'm doing this because I can give this a quick test to make sure that it works. And it does. Oh yeah. So just drive it back a bit and put the first unit on. just be this one. It doesn't really matter which one you put on actually, because they are both exactly the same. Right, there we go. So now we will put this one on the back. Right, well, it's all coupled up. So if we just drive it back a little bit. And now, after zooming in on the camera, let's watch it go. And away it goes. And that's not on the fastest power setting, but it's doing very well. And as you can see, it has working lights, and I was right about the lights after all. Here she comes, passing through the station. Oh look, new generation meets old generation. How cool is that? Just past the windmill. And back through the tunnel again, which as you can see, it has got some new work that's been done on it. Excuse all these bottles of glue and everything. This here is going to be a hillock, as you can see, and that up there, well, I'll be telling you that in an upcoming video. That's basically a ramp thing. That is going to be a tunnel, and I'll explain why later. Here's the 166 again, and it's passed under the tunnel. Right, so what's left to say about this DMU? Well, to be honest, out of all the Modern Era units that Bachmann have produced, this is definitely and probably the only second best they have produced when it comes to modern era units. That's being this unit and the 158. Because the heritage DMUs, such as the 108 and the 105, they just completely wipe the floor with this unit. And although this isn't my favourite OL gauge DMU, it has working lights, smooth motor mechanism, gorgeous livery application, and best of all, it doesn't have a single unit taken up by just the motor and its huge flywheel mechanism, as it still has seats. And considering it's a favourite DMU, in reality, I'm going to have some fun with this one. And it's been a big priority getting one of these units in OL gauge form.